How's it going, Teagan?
Hello. Good. How are you guys?
Congratulations. Last night you pitched a whale of a game, young lady.
Thank you.
Yeah. What was it like? I mean, you're pitching. You're trying to keep your nerves calm probably while chaos is going on around you in that sixth inning. What were you thinking about while you were in the dugout sitting there watching your teammates get the job done? Reese Atwood with the big hit, bringing it home. What'd you think?
Yeah, I'm trying to stay calm. Obviously, it's tough and it's a big environment, but trying to do my best to use some breathing techniques to stay calm, and my defense kept me locked in. But I knew we'd come through, and especially when Caden and Mia got on, I mean, that it was ready to happen. And so I knew if we passed the bat, I said in a prior interview before the game, if we could just pass the bat, we'd make something happen. And so once I saw us string a few things together, and then of course it couldn't happen in a better way.
So I gotta follow up and ask: did you think she was going to swing at the pitch? I mean, because you've thrown a lot of pitches in your life, okay? Even though you're only a sophomore in college, did you think she would swing at that?
Honestly, I don't know. I thought potentially after I saw the first one, but I think Coach Singh was in the dugout telling her like if it's their swing, and then after she threw the first one's like I feel like kind of like mid 60s, and then after I think she heard that Coach Singh kind of said that she threw the other one a little harder, but it was still kind of over the middle. So then Ashton was next to me, and she was like, what if she hits it right now? And then boom, like literally half a second later she hits it. It was insane.
Hey, you guys started off the game a little touch and go. Tech loaded the bases on you in the first inning. And then Mia Scott makes a great play at third base. Y'all double it up. And then I don't want to use the term cruised, but it seemed like after that you got going and into your kind of mental state where you're just kind of, I don't know if mowing them down is the right term, but it was clear you had gotten the nerves over with and were just going and doing your job. Did you feel that as well?
Yeah, it was big to get out of that inning with no damage, especially when we're facing Nyjah. And so, I mean, Mia and Reese on that play, that fired me up. And I think it was loud. Obviously, a little more nerves for a championship game. And so after that inning, I think I just needed to take a step back and be like, it's fine. And realistically, they got 2 hits, but they weren't like creaming the ball. And so I knew I still had them off balance, and I could still work from there. It wasn't like that inning broke any confidence for me. And so I think if anything, it just made me realize I needed to calm down and just let my defense have my back behind me and settle down a little bit, because this is supposed to be fun.
So I got to ask you, because this is the first time you've come on the show. Thank you very much for taking the time. When did softball become your sport? Because you were also a hooper growing up, right? I mean, you played multiple sports. When did it become softball for you?
Yeah, I think it was in like 7th or 8th grade. I started to like, when it was basketball season, I started to like wish it was softball season. And so I think that's when I realized that softball was kind of the one. Prior to that, I liked the difference in the sports. And then once I got to there, I was like just waiting around for it to be softball season. So
I guess my follow-up to that is, when did you realize you could become in softball one of the top prospects in the country? When did that kind of register with you?
I think probably when I got to high school, and probably around sophomore year when we started going to camps and stuff or college like showcase tournaments that colleges were at, and people started asking my coaches about me or just crowding around the games. And it was kind of shocking. I went to my first camp at University of Nebraska, and I was like almost backed out of it because I was so nervous when I was in 8th grade. And then it ended up being great, and it kind of showed me that I was just even with everybody else, if not ahead of them. And so I think that gave me some confidence. And then the travel ball tournaments, just when your coach comes up to you and tells you that these X many coaches are interested, it kind of was surreal.
Teagan, I got to go back to the game last night. I got to ask you, what was the feeling on the field after the game? It looked like you guys were having a party. Was it like Nyjah is a great pitcher, right? And a great performer, et cetera. What's it like when you get a win, a team win like that over a pitcher as good as she is?
It's huge. I mean, I think that's probably the most fun and interesting game we've played all season. And so obviously, especially on this stage and what's at stake, it just means so much more. And it was so fun. Definitely the most fun I've probably had with the team yet this season. And we got on the bus and Ashton was like, this is fun. Now imagine like when we win, if we win. So I can't wait.
So we're going to take a couple of chat questions from the chat. We're going to start with this because I think 7 or 8 people have asked this. So sorry, I'm asking Zane Petty. He hit it first. Do you still talk to Caitlyn Clark? For those that know the background on this, they went to the same high school. So when Downing Catholic puts them out, they're really great. And here's a picture. So I guess Caitlyn kind of coached you in youth basketball. So do y'all still keep up with each other? The chat's asking about that.
Not personally, no. Her younger brother was in my grade in high school and we're friends. So keep up with him a little bit, but not necessarily her. But last season she gave us a shout out that she was watching. So, and I know her and her family, they tune in. So.
And Buck Travis asked this: how many players at the Women's College World Series do you recognize from travel ball tournaments? Do you have any friends that are playing in the for other teams?
Yeah, there's someone on every team. Not necessarily I played with on Tech per se, but all the other teams, at least someone I know of crossed paths with, seen at a camp, or even played with. Yeah, it's really a cool softball community. I mean, sure, it's like all sports. It's kind of a small community once you get in it and get to know everyone.
So go ahead, Bobby.
Look, I'm just amazed that you're able to come on this morning after a big game like that last night. I think I was going to tell you, look, I think all of Longhorn Nation rooting for you guys. Hopefully you guys come out on top, and just, if we could say anything, it's just good luck. Go out there and kick butt and try to keep doing what you're doing. It's obviously working. Coach has got you guys going in the right direction, and y'all are leading the way. And it was a heck of a game last night. I stayed glued to my chair a little bit. So congratulations.
So I got a couple more questions because we've asked Coach White this every time he's come on the show. So after a big win, what's your go-to meal? People always talk about this in the chat. They want to know what's your go-to. And by the way, how many? I set the over/under on, let's say 403.5. How many texts did you get after last night? Congrats, texts.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I didn't count, but and definitely probably under 100 at least personal text. On social media it's a little different, but personal text, under 100. But a go-to meal last night, I honestly just went to bed. We had our team meal that we got chicken fingers catered, so that was good. But yeah, and we always love when we get the less healthy options. So but
you're on the right show.
Yeah.
Well, you're Jerry asking about afterwards, but Drew wants to know: are there any pregame rituals for you or the team? What happens before the game?
We always are playing a bunch of music in the locker room before. Vic Hunter is normally on aux, just getting us ready before the game. Nothing too crazy. At home, we'll play some games. We might play spike ball. The managers have it here, but not this time. I don't know. We go back and forth, at least here. Nothing no crazy ritual, but we just have fun. We're never serious, and so it's always just a good time, having fun, listening to music, or just messing around with each other.
And then I promised them I would read this to you. It's a super chat from D. Herring. It says, "What's up, guys? My 9-year-old daughter, Henley, is a pitcher and a huge Teagan fan. She's bringing a bracelet for her to tonight's game. It would be amazing if you let her know. We will be in the outfield in section 22. So I'm letting you know, Teagan."
Okay, cool. I'll look out.
Teagan, best of luck to you guys. Seriously.
Yeah.
Once in a lifetime opportunity tonight and maybe tomorrow as well. So good luck to you and congratulations on everything you've accomplished thus far.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Hook 'em horns.